two ways you can hear this next song. There's our way, and there's the mechanics.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to a very, very delayed episode 4 of Song of the Week, where today we are looking at No Remorse by Metallica. This is the 8th song off of their debut album, Kill 'Em All. So for today, I'm using my Jackson because I figured, I don't know, Metallica, they're thrash metal back in the 80s. Everything was pointy. I mean, I'm pretty sure they used Gibsons and Marshalls for this album. Well, James Hetfield and Kirk anyways. But I got myself Jackson with Duncan designed pickups that look like they could be Invaders, which is what the pickups James actually used on Master of Puppets to get that tone through a modded JCM 800 and a Mesa Boogie, I'm pretty sure, is the amp that they used for that album. But we're not talking about Master of Puppets, we're talking about Kill 'Em All. So, talking about the structure of the song, like I mentioned before, it's really cool because they have the first really catchy intro riff that comes in with a solo, and there's even, during that part, there's a cool little drum tempo change during that section, and which is really cool because it just, again, it's catchy and it catches your attention, and then it goes into another catchy riff, which is the kind of the main riff of the song, and they go into this whole cool bridge part mid-song, which I'll show you now. So then once they come back from that part, they do the cool little diddle that I just did, and it goes back into the same cool catchy riffs, and it's just really cool because after that whole section again of the verse and chorus, they go into another new part, which is the ending of the song. So it's just like, overall, the song structure looks like this, and I like that a lot because there's just a lot of depth to the song, because I enjoy that whenever I'm listening to music. It's almost like, I wouldn't say prog, I guess it would be kind of prog-ish, but yeah. So on this album, the lineup is James Hetfield, Lars Ulrich, Cliff Burton, and Kirk Hammett. Songwriting credits have to go to James and Lars. There are demos of whenever Ron McGovney, who was the original bass player for Metallica, was there, and then also Dave Mustaine. So I don't know if they had anything to do with it. There is a really early demo tape where it's just, you know, a huge jam session between the entire band. So it sounds like they do kind of riff out the ending part of the song. So that's, I don't know, it's kind of cool to listen, like, to hear all of that, just everything kind of being developed and turned into this really cool piece of music, which is, it's so cool because you'll listen to what Metallica's influences were at the time. So like bands like Budgie, Iron Maiden, Blitzkrieg, Diamond Head, you know, like you'll listen to those songs from those bands and it's like you can totally hear the influences that they had on the young Metallica, and it's really, really cool. And I enjoy that a lot about the early albums of Metallica because there's just really, really creative music that people still claim to be their best music today. And even now, like Metallica keep trying to going back to that style with their newest album. You can tell that, you know, they're trying to get that vibe back, But there's just something about the newer Metallica that doesn't quite capture that youthfulness. But I mean, obviously, because I mean, they're all in their 50s now, you know, close to their 60s, and it's like, obviously, like, you're gonna, over time, your musical taste is gonna change. So obviously, you're not gonna be like playing the same stuff that you've always been. Because I mean, at the same time too, it's like if you do that, then you're gonna get stuck in a rut, and you're not gonna be feel creative anymore. You know, you have to have those outlets. You know, so like even that Metallica selling out with the Black Album and Load and Reload and Saint Anger and all that. It's like it was good for Metallica to do all that. It was good for any band to do that because really, without it, you get stuck just making the same boring music over and over again, and you know, and even that too, it's like you don't branch out into a wider audience without doing that. And so honestly, it's a smart move on their behalf. I mean, I personally don't like most of Metallica's material after And Justice for All. I mean, Death Magnetic was really good, and even Hardwired to Self-Destruct there's quite a few songs in there that I enjoy, but besides that, I'm not, you know, their 90s kind of stuff was not my cup of tea. But yeah, so anyways, I don't know how I went on to a rant about all that garbage, but cool. So now that that's out of the way, what do I think of this song? It's great. You should listen to it. You should buy Kill 'Em All. I highly recommend listening to this entire album because it's very influential for anyone who's into metal. And yeah, with that, I'm gonna end this video by playing the last little part of No Remorse. So have yourselves a lovely day, have yourselves a lovely weekend, because it's probably going up on Friday. It is Monday today, but thanks for watching. Almost forgot, actually, before I do that last little bit, the drum track for this episode of Song of the Week was brought to you by Josh Stephan. You can find him on YouTube. I'll have his link in the description. He does a bunch of drum covers, a bunch of Metallica. So if you want to check out really good drumming, go subscribe to Josh and check him out.